Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Book HQ. So today I'm going to be talking about I Am Number 4. So anybody who knows me knows that I often complain loudly about how we only got one I Am Number 4 movie. So I started reading the book I Am Number 4 by Pittacus Lore just before lockdown, and I'm going to talk about all of I Am Number 4. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because the plot is very complex, and because there are also very many books. I Am Number 4 is the story of a young boy. He's from the planet Lorien, but he's a fugitive here on Earth with his Sapon, which is kind of like his mentor, or if like you are somebody who watched Buffy, it's like his, I can't remember what the word for what Giles was. Anyway, they live in hiding because they're hiding from an alien race called the Mogadorians who want to destroy him. And so they were 10 of them. Well, there were supposed to be only 9, but they discovered that there's a 10th one later on in the series. They can only be killed in order, and all of them are called the Guard. And the Guard can revive the planet, which the Mogadorians destroyed, with their powers. So they all have certain kinds of superpowers. Number 4, who is John, is who we start with. And I really like the series because they are a lot of characters and voices, and in the different books the authors focus on different characters. While John remains the protagonist all throughout the series, we also get to see things from the point of view of number 6, number 9, number 7, number 5, number 10. The books don't follow each other in chronological order. They follow more where the Guard person or number fits in the story. So the first one is I Am Number 4. The second one is from 6's perspective. It's called The Power of 6. Then the third one is The Rise of 9. Then there's The Fall of 5. Then there's The Revenge of 7. And then there's The Fate of 10. The Mogadorians are... I tweeted this in one of my Instagram stories, we are the Mogadorians, because the Mogadorians are a race that have destroyed their own planet because of using up their resources in the pursuit of advancement and technology. And after they do that, then they proceed to conquer other worlds and destroy other worlds. But there is a particular vendetta or grudge that they have to Lorien and the Lorien Guard specifically. So they track them down to Earth, and as you're going from book to book, we get to see what life has been like for the different Guard. They've all had extremely different life experiences. Some of them have actual names, like Marina, who is number 7, goes by Marina, but then others like 6 use only numbers. 5 also only has a number. In the story, we find that they're not all kind of on the same page. They don't all get along. They don't all have the same single-minded focus or goals. You know, they're individuals. Some of them feel like they've just been thrown into the situation and have this huge burden cast on them that they don't really want and didn't have a choice in. It was really interesting to see one of them be a traitor and turn on them. It was sad to see one of them die. It was very interesting to see the different kinds of romantic relationships that form. And what was also really interesting in the last book, United as One, was to see how you kind of have this idea that they're going to revive their home world planet. But then that idea kind of gets put on its head and it means something completely different. And we also get to see humans from Earth becoming Guard members. It's a really interesting twist in the tale. Things I really liked about the book were all the things I've just said. The only sort of criticism that I have is that it was really cool that the book was very representative. There's a member of the Guard who's like overweight and not like your typical like super good looking, super fit, super like every good stereotype you can think of. So that was nice. That's kind of, it's a more representative world, right? We're not all super gorgeous, muscled, whatever. I also liked that there was the introduction of a person of color. My only like issue there was that I kind of felt like she was kind of lazily written because she was very like stereotypical, and they stuck to all the typical tropes. Every other girl in the book, even the really young girl, was seen as a girl who could be attractive and who could be desired. And then the one girl who's diverse is rough. She's hood. She's from a rough neighborhood. So, you know, and is also quite poor. poor, and she was nurturing, and she was like kind of potty-mouthed, and that was kind of it. I found kind of to be lazy writing and disappointing. But aside from that, it's a really good series. It's really complex. You really need to be dedicated to it once you start, because there are many books. Let me just count to be sure. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 books in the series. Yeah, they're quite long. And it's very like intricate. The big twist in the tale, which you kind of start to suspect later on, is that the evil Mogadorian leader who is like invincible. The reason that the Mogadorians have this very specific grudge towards the Loriens is because there's a connection there with the Mogadorian leader. So that's one of the surprises, and I think the book makes good on having lots of these like what a surprise, I never would have guessed. Like, they leave breadcrumbs and you're like, why? I definitely recommend that you read it. And if you haven't already read it, go ahead and do so. If you have, leave me some comments in the comments below. I got a question for you though. So I told you that the book is written by Pittacus Lore, and Pittacus Lore is a major character in the book and in sort of the denouement and conclusion. So who is Pittacus Lore? So leave your answer below if you know. Just to let you know, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about Linda Quinn. Linda Quinn is a playwright and an author, and I have had the good fortune of being given access to some of her work prior to release to the general public. And so I'm going to be sharing a bit more about Linda Quinn in my next video, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, and until next time, keep reading and keep watching. Bye bye.